Mark, our winter storm coverage continues now at about 4:15 or so.
Bree Buckley joins us live now from Seville with what ODOT is doing to keep these roads safe. Bree, good afternoon to you. This is a very tricky storm because of the timing of everything. So I know it's driving them crazy getting ready for it.
Yeah, it's basically the hurry up and wait right now. So they've been loading up all the salt over here. If you take a look up to the other side, we got the truck with the brine that's, basically just waiting because with this rain, they can't put any of that salt or brine down. We have some trucks lined up at the ODOT maintenance facility down here in Medina County. So basically they're telling me you have to wait for this rain to pass through. They're going to be out crews, 300 of them in Northeast Ohio. Starting at about 9 o'clock, they're going to stagger those shifts. They have these temperature gauges in their truck that will let them know once that temperature is dropping and they have to get the salt and the brine down. Until then, if they put anything down, it's basically just going to get washed away. Think of salt, you throw water on it, what's it going to do? And then we have those freezing temperatures really adding to it. And then as we get into the later part of this weekend with those high winds, they say it's going to be really tough. They're basically going to have to be doubling back. I mean, it's going to be the wind blowing, it's going to bring the snow back on the roadway. So it's going to look 5 minutes after they go through and plow, it's just going to look like they didn't do it at all.
It's so tough with the wind because you can clear the roads, but the wind's just going to throw it right back on, and it's going to be a nightmare. We certainly appreciate all the hard work that these road crews do, and I know they're going to be working overtime through the weekend. Bree, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Bree, thank you. Stay warm, please.
Of course.
Yeah, Bets, it's tough because they put that stuff. I did see some crews putting those strips down on the road, but in all likelihood, that's going to be washed away, and it's really not going to do much good, is it?
And interestingly enough, the city of Cleveland released their plan, and they're going to be spraying the roads down and brining at 11 p.m., which is when we're going to have heavy rain coming in. So there's a lot of folks who are trying very hard to prepare for the storm and get ahead. Best intentions are all that, can be accepted. But the fact is we have a very powerful storm that is coming in. This is going to be one of the most powerful storms that we've had in a long time in terms of the temperature drop and in terms of the widespread impact, specifically looking at the power outages. First thing that comes to mind for me is Superstorm Sandy. That's the kind of wind that we're thinking. It's not going to be quite as severe a wind, but we're up there, and that's how widespread things are. Now we're going to take the temperatures down into the single digits. It's a big deal. So right now we are still in the 40s. We have rain showers that are around Northeast Ohio. It's not completely washing us out yet, but you can see there's plenty more rain to come in advance of the front. The front will come through, and it will be a sharp temperature contrast. We will drop from the 40s toward the 30-degree mark within a matter of maybe even a half hour. That will be enough to start that flash freeze, and you can see the snow that comes along with it. The front is just now into western Indiana, and it continues to move eastward. So this punch is coming in with this rapid temperature drop, and it's a significant temperature drop. We have dealt with rapid temperature drops, but we're talking about 35 to 40 degrees within 6 to 9 hours. That's just unbelievable. And there's a lot of wind that comes with it at the same time. So it's kind of this layering effect. We have all kinds of warnings, all kinds of alerts, cold wind, snow. That's all you need to know. We are in the thick of things overnight tonight, and that all comes along with that front. So we start in the 40s. I'm putting 2 a.m. on here just as a point of reference. With rain changing over to snow, we will have very windy conditions, and we'll be down to about 30 or so by 4 a.m. This is the flash freeze. Then we're down to the single digits by 7 a.m., and we hold there, friends. At the same time, the wind speeds are going to be coming up. So when? Before 2 a.m., areas Richland, Ashland, also Erie and Huron counties, most of us will be in this 2 to 4 a.m. time frame. And again, you're going to get a burst of rain, a burst of wind, a burst of snow, and then it just continues to blow out there as the winds pick up and the temperatures drop. We'll be closer to 4 a.m. and after out toward the state line areas. That flash freeze is everything. Here's your hour by hour. We've got the scattered rain showers around as we go through the evening. The uptick in rain could be even accompanied by some rumbles of thunder. Temperatures in the 40s through 1 a.m., but here comes the front. Now we're talking 3 a.m. into Cleveland. The timing keeps going back and forth, so we're just going to kind of keep it in a window here. But look at the temperature drop, 42 to 28, and the wind chills are going to go down in the basement just as quickly. So there's your 4 a.m. changeover out to the east, and we will continue with snow through the morning tomorrow. Look at these wind gusts. It does not matter how much snow is coming down. The snow is going to start to fluff as the temperatures get into this frigid range. We get little tiny ice crystals and they blow around like crazy. And we will continue to have significant snow falling as we go through the morning and into the afternoon. I mentioned the temperatures going down in the basement and the wind. The winds actually are going to be picking up as we head into the latter part of the day, and that's where Jason is going to pick up the story.
Yeah, that triple threat, the temperatures, the precip, the wind, they will all be working in tandem, as Betsy was just saying there. Once that low is pulling up to the north, we're still going to be dealing with some of those lake snows as they're moving through northeast Ohio, likely going to be north of the Ohio Turnpike and continuing. The low is wrapping around. It is enforcing and reinforcing a tight area of circulation, so the winds are going to be continuing across the area. 40+ miles per hour. We're keeping that yellow color coded there for the gusts at 45 around Friday evening at 8 p.m. The pinks indicating the wind chills, the whites indicating the surface temperatures. We stay well into the single digits through Saturday morning into the afternoon hours, and some of the snows will likely taper off below, at least south of the I-90 corridor. But look at this, lake snows continuing north and east, Cuyahoga County stretching over the lake, and also Ashtabula. This is going to be the time frame that you really kind of smatter in and put on the cherry on top of that cake through the afternoon with some of those lake snows continuing. This is an excellent graphic. Winter storm high gusts. We kind of broken this apart in terms of locations across northeast Ohio, from Sandusky through Cleveland over to Ashtabula, south of Mansfield, and also Ashland, Akron, and also Canton. This timeline is showing where some of those peak wind gusts will be at their highest marks. Friday afternoon into the evening, and some areas will be continuing 10 to 12 hour period of gusts exceeding 40 miles per hour. If you have a trash day for Friday morning, yeah, keep that trash inside. Wind chill factored. If you want to get outside and maybe start doing a little bit of shoveling, you really need to hold steady on that as well, because wind chills will be well below 20 degrees, getting down to 25 below in some areas through Friday afternoon. Snowfall effects coming off of this system. Still the highest amounts being north and also east of downtown. That blowing snow will be continuing, lesser amounts south. However, most of northeast Ohio still will have accumulating shovelable snowfall, with the coldest sector again being around the Ohio Turnpike south along 76. Back up to the north and also west, this is where things are going to start to deteriorate for us over the next few hours or so. Those high wind gusts, again, remaining very much so elevated with those off and on snow showers. Consider really planning out your Friday as well as your Saturday. Temperatures tumbling overnight tonight, as Betsy was just saying there. Single digit wind chills will give way to sub-zero wind chills Saturday and also on Sunday for Christmas Day. Notice this. We start to climb in terms of our temperatures. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We start to get above freezing on Wednesday, and look at this, back into the mid to upper 40s, coming close to 50 by the time we get to Thursday of next week with the rain chance.